According to an investigation by Middle East Eye, Cambridge University's endowment fund has invested more than £140 million in a U.S. investment fund that holds shares in companies linked to alleged Israeli human rights violations. Cambridge's £4.2 billion endowment is managed by University of Cambridge Investment Management Limited, known as UCIM. The fund exists to protect the university's long-term financial future. For years, UCIM has refused to publicly disclose the specific companies in its portfolio, citing legal confidentiality. However, Middle East Eye analyzed filings submitted earlier this month to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Those documents reveal that in the final quarter of 2025, UCIM invested more than £140 million into the iShares ESG Select Screened S&P 500 fund. That fund is marketed as a sustainable investment product, but it holds shares in companies including Palantir Technologies, GE Aerospace, and Caterpillar. According to the filings, Cambridge has indirect exposure to around £800,000 worth of Palantir stock. Palantir signed a strategic partnership with Israel's defense ministry in January 2024. Its software has reportedly been used in Israeli military operations, including attacks in Lebanon. The company also works closely with U.S. immigration enforcement agencies. Last year, UN Special Rapporteur Francesca Albanese alleged that Palantir had executive-level knowledge regarding Israel's use of force in the occupied Palestinian territories. Cambridge's endowment also has indirect exposure of around £900,000 to GE Aerospace. The company manufactures aircraft engines that power Israeli Air Force jets, according to the Campaign Against Arms Trade. In addition, the fund gives Cambridge exposure to roughly £1 million in Caterpillar shares. The Norwegian Sovereign Wealth Fund last year divested from Caterpillar, stating that its bulldozers were being used in the unlawful destruction of Palestinian property. UCIM declined to comment when contacted by Middle East Eye. The revelation comes amid ongoing controversy inside Cambridge. Last year, students staged a pro-Palestine encampment calling on the university to cut financial ties with Israel and the arms industry. The protest lasted several months and ended after the university agreed to conduct a review. An internal working group completed that review in October 2025. UCIM told the group it has no direct investments in arms companies. However, it later admitted that around 1.7% of its holdings are in the aerospace and defense sector. The working group criticized what it called a lack of transparency, saying the refusal to disclose company names had fueled suspicion. The University Council has repeatedly delayed a vote on whether to divest from arms manufacturers, citing the complexity of its fund of funds model. Under this structure, most investments are managed by third-party asset managers. The iShares ESG fund is managed by BlackRock, one of the world's largest asset managers. BlackRock was also named in a UN report last year that accused certain financial institutions of being linked to Israel's occupation. The debate over university investments, ethical finance, and transparency is now intensifying, not just in Cambridge, but globally, as institutions face growing pressure over where their money is placed.